bus pass.
All the way up.
Well, guess what? There's a price to pay to all that shit too.
I'm listening.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Because you had a bus pass, but you also kept your freedom and wasn't gone for almost decades and shit. You know what I mean? We had to pay a hell of a price for that life.
Yeah.
And some of us did it by force, not by choice. You know what I mean? My mother was an abusive woman, and I had to leave early. I didn't leave. She left me at 12 because she was going to kill me and went back to Colombia. My father was killed at 4. My grandparents couldn't handle me. So I was getting $365 a month because my dad was killed by way of Social Security. You know what I mean? Once I learned about drugs.
What's that?
Once I learned about drugs, it's up. You did.
Yeah, that was the time.
So it was an atmosphere of force, not choice.
Yes.
Because I wanted to live by myself. You did. Couldn't nobody tell me.
Would you say you was back into a corner and you had to fight or fucking flee or what?
No, I went back into a corner. My mother left me at 12. My father was killed when I was 4. Now I'm with some people, my grandparents, but I got real grandparents.
To me, Torrance, that's back in the corner, bro. Like,
that was a choice he made at the time.
Yeah. So look, I got a whole.
Just like our situation. It was the easy thing to do. The hard thing was not to do it. You know what I mean? Because it was, we was amongst it. I tried it, but I'm like, I was uncomfortable. Yes, like, this ain't me. Something in my spirit, like, this ain't me. He felt it was him, and he ran with it. 3 cars, this and that. Shit, he figured it out.
And that seemed cool to me.
But like he said, it was the price he had to pay.
Sure.
It was a hell of a price to pay.
For sure.
Because I had to sit there, and I'm paying to this day special.
Yeah, and that's
especially my daughter. Because when you miss, Deadline, you can start recording. When you miss gaps, you already recording? Word, you know your shit. When you miss gaps when we babies, if you miss fucking 9 months up to 8 years old of your child's life, that's a big fucking piece that you miss. Yeah. That's like us missing elementary and going to junior high. Right. It's going to affect you later. Life is about levels, evolving, right? So if I'm gone for 8 years and I missed that chunk, I see where I missed it now. My child 32. You with me? And plus, I'm a disciplinarian and I'm an authoritarian. But I've pulled back from that because I'm older now. I can't be that aggressive. I just don't have it in me anymore.
You got it in you. Just
I give it what needed to my grandboys.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know what I mean? What I don't allow anything to do is wear me the fuck out.
Guess what I did, bro? Guess what I did the other day with my grandkids, bro? I used to be the dude, man, I'm going in on my kids. 100 miles and run. Set your motherfucking ass down. I'm sick of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My grandkids, man, they be playing, bro. These kids are smart. You know your grandsons are smart.
They're evolved. So we like cavemen to them.
Yeah, man. So my grandkids, man, my granddaughter be 5. My grandson is 3. They know they playing. They picking with each other. They pouting. Oh, dad.
Episode.
Huh?
How they was on
right.
Yeah.
I think that's some feedback. Like, whose children were those?
Yeah.
Whose children?
Like, old dad would have been, sit down. I said, man, stop playing. You know the new saying is, stop playing with me. You feel me? Stop playing with me. You feel me? Because I don't want to go in on y'all. I love y'all. Let's just be cool with each other. You feel me? And guess what? They settled down. But we ruled, man. We going all in, man. But welcome to Picking Up the Pieces podcast, man. My name is Antoine. You feel me? Shout out to my homie, man. Introduce yourself, kind sir, on the phone.
Oh, you already know what it is. Torrance Jones, a.k.a. Mr. Opportunity, a.k.a. Hood JFK, a.k.a. AJ. If you know me and you really know me, you know what AJ means. You know how we coming. We're coming with real stories. We're coming with high intellectual conversations about what it is that we can do within our communities to build up home and community at the same time, but only with us, though. We have all the answers. We running around, we searching, The answers are within us. All we got to do is pick them pieces up. Once we pick them pieces up, man, I promise our communities will begin to thrive again. Our children will have respect for all adults again. Our health consciousness will rise. Our spirit will get back into the churches. Our babies will go back to school. High percents of graduations versus high percents of funerals as well as deaths. You know what I mean? But it starts with some brothers coming together and having an understanding of what it is that we can do to pick up the pieces. All different facets of life for individuals that have already been through the pain as well as the strife. Here we come moving forward. We opening our book to tell you the story.
For sure.
Y'all ain't even got to read. Sure. I know they got the where you could go online and the book will read to you now. But that's all we're doing. You ain't even got the easiest way to keep something from a black man that's said is to put it in the book. Well, we reading that shit to you now. You ain't even got to take the look.
Right now.
You spill
we giving you the fairy tale, but the fairy tale ain't no fairy tale. It's real life, man. And I just want to welcome, man, my homie, man. This guy. Some people probably be like, damn, I seen that dude before. I don't know where I seen him, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know where I seen that dude before, man. But I seen who is that guy? Everybody that's probably been watching, like, who they got now. Some people saying, where Fat Jeff at? You feel me? But right now, hey, I'm ready for you to come back. I know the homie ready for you to come back. But we're gonna keep the chair warm by a lot of good guests. And I got to bring this guest today, man. My phone failed, man. I'm getting too excited, man. This is overexcitement, man, because I know the person, man. I've known the person for a very, very long time. But some people, you know, he's a superstar. You feel me? He's always been a superstar. Always from when I first met the dude, he's just always been him. He's just always been him. He's just always been him. You feel me? Never switch it up. Always solid. Always just loyal. Always just loving. Always just him. This is the homie, man. This JB to me, but I thought it was John Patrick Bush. But I found out the other day that he don't have a middle name. This is JB, man. This is John Bush Jr., man.
John Bush Jr.
Welcome.
John Bush Jr. What's up, baby?
Welcome. Thank y'all, man. I watch y'all show. You know, I've seen more than a handful of shows. And from the beginning to where you are now, I just see the growth. And I just want to tell y'all, keep up the great work. For sure. Keep doing what you're doing. Y'all positive for the brothers. For sure. Like, in not only in the city, but in this world. For sure. You know?
Let me not cut you out because people analyzed stuff. Everybody was clapping. Welcome John Bush Jr. because they'll be like, oh, Fred got the big head. He ain't clapping JB. So I got to wipe all this bull crap out, man, because guess what, man? Me and JB, man, this 6th grade, man. This History, man. This is like, come on, man.
Yeah. A lot of brothers ain't here today, man.
Come on, man.
You know?
Come on, man. I can't tell them nothing about you. I can't.
But that introduction alone is like, yo, you got me floating, bro.
For sure.
I gotta pay you for that.
For sure. But just tell them who John Bush is, man. Who are you? What are you? What are you doing? Just tell us a little bit about you, bro.
I can initiate this by just, saying hello everybody. My name is John Bush Jr. I'm a respiratory therapist at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center.
The University.
Where I've been employed since 2016 when they were Health Alliance. Along the way, I've had multiple positions. My entrance was through environmental services and worked there for a certain amount of years, and I transferred to patient transportation. And while I was a patient transporter, by the way, I wound up transferring to. No, when I was a patient transporter, I actually went to school at Cincinnati State. And
C State?
Yes,
sir.
C State?
Torrance was
Got that associates out there, bad baby. She straighten that out.
That's it.
Word up.
Yes,
Summa cum laude.
Yes.
Word.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir.
They
Yes,
Rock
sir.
with me. Rock
sir.
with me.
Come on,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
I'm just a gangster. Summa cum laude. Word.
But I just took advantage of an amazing program that the hospital had, which was called the Health Career Collaborative Program. And, it offered 4 programs: nursing, surgical tech, occupational therapy, and respiratory. And I narrowed it down to respiratory because I say, well, you can't treat a patient if they're not breathing. You know,
That's the first step.
yes,
They gotta be breathing.
yes, they have to be
Wow.
breathing. I don't care what medicine you give them or what have we, they got to breathe. Eventually, during the time or whatever. So, just completed that and just had an amazing opportunity that came about in 2018 when I was employed by the Bengals, mainly the NFL through the Bengals, through their emergency action plan.
For sure.
They wanted to revamp their emergency action plan team, and so the head doctor, he suggested that RTs be also on the team, so that we can manage the airway just like we do in emergency rooms.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, I signed up for that position, and I was chosen one of 4. And when that situation happened January 2nd.
Well, hold on, man. I don't want to cut you off, man. You going you giving them too much too soon, man.
I'm sorry.
We gotta stretch this out, brother.
Let's take it from the top.
Let's take it from the top. So check it out. The reason why I felt JB would be perfect for us and our first guest is because I don't like to talk about shit that I don't know about. I don't like to talk about shit that I can't relate to.
So President Obama said.
You feel me? Like they say, man, experience is a good teacher. Yes. It takes someone like me to know that. I don't understand why, but God has allowed me to have some experience. Yes.
You said, I don't understand why. I put out a post today that said,
yes,
I don't understand why.
I don't understand why. Yeah. But a couple of things I felt like, okay, Torrance has brought a lot of people on, man. I appreciate you, brother. Like,
yes.
Word.
Torrance, Torrance, you something else, brother, but you're a bad motherfucker, man. Motherfucker, man. Hey,
boy, it sound like you been doing me all my life.
You're a bad motherfucker, man. And I know some people like, oh, you gonna see. Hey, check it out, man. I allow a motherfucker to prove me wrong. And Torrance ain't showed me nothing.
If you still rocking with me now, they lying like a motherfucker.
Torrance ain't showed me nothing but good.
Yes.
But one thing, man, Torrance can imagine losing a child.
Yes. Yes.
Torrance can imagine losing a child because he lost a child. But one thing I can't imagine is not really knowing my mom at a young age. From what Torrance has shared, and I don't dig deep, but his mom was around, but she was abusive. Am I wrong?
She was abused.
She was abused.
Hurt people.
Hurt people.
Word.
And then one thing about you, JB, your mom wasn't around for early on. I knew you had a daddy. He was the only dude that I knew had a daddy, but didn't really know about the mama. You feel me? And that was weird to me, but I never questioned it because you don't ask questions.
Yes.
That's nosy.
Yes.
His daddy raised me, but I never thought about the mama.
Yes.
I don't even want to imagine because I'm a certified mama's boy. You feel me?
Yes.
I don't even want to imagine not having a mama's connection.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
And that's something that I feel like you two dudes have shared in some type of way.
Yes.
That's the beginning of the JB that I know, man.
Yes.
Tell them, not all that nosy shit, but
yes.
Just the early years, bro. You feel me?
Well, I grew up, I had big families on both sides. My dad, it was like, he had 12 siblings. My mom, it was, I want to say 8 of them. So I had a lot of cousins and aunts and uncles. So I was always surrounded by love. I had love and family on both ends. So even with my mom. Like I had my mom up with us until I was like 9 or 10 years old, and you know, she got sick to the streets. That's what I call it. I found out it was a sickness when I got older. You know, when I was younger, I didn't understand it. You know, I thought she was being selfish, this and that. I told people she didn't exist because she wasn't there after her sickness. So my dad, he was always in the picture. You know, they were married when I was young, and you know, so when it was time to, it wasn't a choice.
What's your dad's name, man?
My dad is John Bush Sr.
Yes, sir.
Mr. John Bush Sr.
Salute to you, Mr. John Bush Sr.
That guy,
yes, sir.
That guy is the father to the neighborhood. I mean, you know,
which we need way more.
Oh my God, he is the perfect example of a father, like what you want to strive to be. You know, when I would have friends, he would take us to the show. Whoever was with me, to the show, to the park. You know, all of these different places. He would, you know, he always included other kids. And even to this day, they ask, like, when I see him, how's your dad? How's your dad? You know, because he was my example of a man.
For sure.
And it's like, you know, I still, like, you know, fall behind as far as where I want to be.
Yes, sir.
And where he is.
Yes, sir.
You know, he is the blueprint of me. And I thank God for him.
Yes, sir.
You know, just showing me the way. I think that's part of my success today. With him growing up, he always told me, you were smart. You're smart. He put us in programs. That's the reason I was able to go to that bilingual school.
Yes, sir.
Shield School.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he took me out of Windsor, which was like the neighborhood school. And there was, it was Windsor, on Windsor Street in Walnut Hills. So I went to Windsor from preschool. I attended Windsor from preschool to 3rd grade. And once we applied for the merit program, I went to Shield Elementary.
And this is a black man investing into his black son.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because at them times, right, you have to camp out. My parents camped out for me to go to Mount Airy. You feel me? You have to camp out. So my mom, I didn't go. You feel me?
So picking up the pieces was automatic.
Yes,
sir. They camped out. So your daddy had to invest. Like, no, I want better for my son.
He always did.
Yes.
That's one thing. My dad would take me and my brother to the library. And he would enter us in summer programs. And we would read books. And it was like you would read 100 books and you would get like Reds tickets. So it was incentives.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
And he was always had us. He had me in piano lessons when I was younger. You know, he wanted me to do things because he grew up, he was in special education. So he always wanted his kids to be smarter than where he was. He didn't want us to go through the embarrassment of people calling you this and that and that and this. But he was always smarter. He just learned, you know, slower. But he was always smart. And
that's me.
Say that again.
Hey, that's me. Hey, that's me. I always been smart, but I learned slow.
Learn slower.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hey, go ahead.
I don't even want to say learn slower. Because I've always been smart.
Or you learn at your own.
There you go.
But I get it.
There
and our
you
listeners
go.
get it.
There you go.
You know what I mean? You learn at your own pace. Versus, hey, teacher, I know you just showed the entire class what to do in 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But I'm going to need to raise my hand about 5 times for you to break that down a few more times. Hey, no, matter of fact, as soon as you get some time, I need you to come sit with me for a minute. But I'm going to get that A. Just like Smarty Pants got that A. Just my way.
Just my way.
I'm an example, and I exemplify that to this day.
For sure. We all individuals, man. We all individuals, and individuals learning their own way.
In their own way.
Yes, sir, man. Come on, man.
That's it.
Come
Pardon my interruption.
Hey, that was perfect though. Way to clean it up.
For sure.
But he definitely me and my younger brother. I have a younger brother like 4 years younger than me. So it was me and my younger brother. And
same mom?
Same mom. Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
So you know, my brother, like I said, we went to Shield Elementary. I started that year. I was in the 4th grade, and my brother was in the kindergarten. He studied this school. It offered languages, 4 different languages: Chinese, Japanese, Arabic, and Russian. And at the time, my brother he studied Chinese, and I studied Japanese. And that's how I wound up going to Withrow, because our Academy of World Language, that was the original Academy of World Language.
Original.
Yes.
Which became what?
It integrated with Cincinnati Bilingual Academy.
Yes,
we
sir.
still had Academy of World
Come
Languages.
on, man.
But
Yes,
see,
sir.
they were both intertwined.
For sure.
But also at Shield, people don't know, they had an arts program. And they wound up going to performing arts.
And can you tell me something, brother? What type of people went to those schools? Like, for real, like.
Well, what do you mean? What type of people?
Yeah.
Poor people, rich people, hood people, because you got hood rich people and you got hood poor people. Ethnicity. What do you mean when you say what type of people went to those schools?
Everybody.
Because I didn't go.
Everybody went to those schools.
I went to Woodward.
But what I'm saying is like, this is what I'm saying, brother.
Go ahead.
Opportunity.
Mm.
We had the opportunity to be integrated into the world, not just the United States, at a very early age. It was a blessing.
Yes.
That's why parents have to go camp out to get us in there. So I went to Mount Airy, and I learned Spanish starting in kindergarten. Little black boy, you feel me? I can't give the story of the poverty and things.
Mm-hmm.
My parents, they might have been poor, but they never showed me poor. You feel me? They always covered. But they always wanted better. Like, we want better. You feel me?
Yes.
We want better. We want more. You want more for your grandkids. You get what I'm saying? So, Mount Airy being a bilingual academy, all types of people went there. And that's the thing I feel as far as like us. We got to get outside of our box.
Mm-hmm.
Black folk, African American.
Yes, sir.
It's picking up the pieces. We ain't got to say us.
Yes, sir.
Black folk.
Black folk.
Picking up the pieces.
Yes, sir.
African Americans.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Word.
We got to step outside of our world.
Moors, whatever you want.
I think what was great about their program, just the diversity of all the
That's
kids around the city.
That's it. Cambodians and
No matter what class,
Yeah.
no matter what economic, how much money someone was from, like we all had everybody from everywhere.
There was no hoods at Withrow. I mean, you had your Addisons, your Wanna Hills, but I was a guy from College Hill that met a dude from Wanna Hills.
Yes. Yeah.
You feel me? That's outside of your box. Then I met a dude I'm from College Hill, then I met a dude from Avondale, Yanni.
I know Yanni.
Yanni.
I ain't heard that name in a long time.
Then I'm a dude from College Hill that met a dude from, what city we in from? Candy Heights, Pleasant Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what it taught me was step outside your box. Intertwine.
And even in school, the lessons of just having Chinese, Japanese, Arabic, Spanish, Cambodian, like we had all of these children, this diversity of children that we learn all these different cultures, which carries over today, because even in the hospital, it's a diverse range of workers.
For sure.
And I know how to communicate and feel comfortable around them.
There you go.
See, a lot of them, they may have had one or two black persons at their school, if that, and where they really, like our black,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, but for us to have that variety of all of them, it's easier for us to transition and to work with other, with other nationalities and all. We feel comfortable than they would, and I think that's a strength. I think all schools should integrate that aspect.
Going, bro. That's it.
That's like it. You need a range of all nationalities,
yes,
because that's where the world is now.
Sir.
We're not separated. Like this is the United States of America. So we need to have a taste of everybody's culture.
And you know why I like picking up the pieces?
Yes.
Because I got to meet Brother Torrance.
Yes.
Brother Torrance is. Back in the day, Brother Torrance would have been Mr. Intimidating.
Yes.
Oh, stay away from that dude. Yeah, that dude was bad news. You know what I mean? Because he was over on the other side or whatever you want to say. But that's the thing, man. Circle back. I moved my family away from Brother Torrance.
Word. No, I fucking word. I say to this day, I tell people to this day, you know it's another me out there, and I'm teaching him.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not teaching him what he's supposed to know.
Yes, sir.
I'm teaching him how to motherfucking go.
Yes.
See? So you better be careful. We're living in times where see, I have been manifested into reality shows, into social media, and so on and so forth. I've been manifested and evolved. When I say I, back then, 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, then I'm gone. Negative influence. Yes. But they have figured a way to say, hey, they're wising up on Torrance, and they're knowing not to follow him. They know that he's a shooter. They know that he sells drugs. They know that he's living a fast life, and so on and so forth. The parents have evolved, and they figured out how to keep him away from Torrance. But now what do you do when Torrance is on your phone? I'm talking 88 Torrance, by the way.
Come on.
What do you do when Torrance is on your phone? At the tips of your fingers, on your remote, all you got to do is click on him, so on and so forth. What do you do when Torrance is dad? When Torrance is mom? When Torrance is uncle? 88 Torrance, 88 Torrance. Yes. We ain't talking about this Torrance. What do you do with that? We got to come in and pick them fucking pieces up. Word. I'm sorry.
Because what I told, he just said it. He just said it. You can't move away from Torrance.
That part. Is it still in him?
You can't move away from him.
It's still in him.
Whoever, the niggas, the Zyquan Moody was far from a Torrance.
Yes.
They chose to be a character. And that character took my son's life. Brother Torrance had a reason to fucking be Brother Torrance.
Yes, he did.
You feel me?
Yes, he did.
And I don't know Zyquan Moody's story, but I say, God dang it, I tried to keep my son away from Brother Torrance. And Zyquan Moody playing a character took my child's life. So that's why I respect Brother Torrance. Because Brother Torrance also shows that you don't have to stay that person. You can evolve.
Yes, you can.
You can't change. You can't switch your mind. You feel me?
You can't serve two masters. I was trying to serve two masters. It was confusing as well as delusional.
Yes, sir.
My bad, Father. Pardon me.
But what did he say on the cross? Forgive them because they don't know.
Well, they know not.
That's
JB.
That's powerful right there.
Without.
Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Yeah. And I still see that. I say that. I say that just about every day from the stuff that we see. The stuff that that you go across, and you even when you're driving, just ignorance. Forgive them, Father.
Hey, Thomas. You know what a furry is?
Oh, a furry? A furry?
No, a furry.
Furry?
You know what a furry is, bro?
Playing in the Gremlins? The movie? I think it's
Captain.
I think it's nice. Go ahead, my bad.
So I thought a furry was like these little furry little
beanie little things that
little beanie babies.
Yeah, beanie babies, little furry little characters and stuff.
Oh yeah, the purple joints.
Real furry little things and shit.
Yeah. What's your analogy to it?
Well, I found out what a furry was now. Shout out to Dayline, man. We don't give Dayline enough credit, bro. Man.
Dayline get shout out.
Shout out, man, to Dayline, man. Hey, Dayline, can you come sit on the couch? Come sit on the couch. Come sit on the couch. I'm going everywhere, but we gonna it's gonna tie into where we need to go, man. So I asked JB what was a furry. You said your version of a furry Torrance. But what's a furry, Dayline? What's a furry?
So a furry, from what I know, is somebody that will dress up in like what do you call it? Say somebody's dressed up like what's the purple dude from McDonald's?
Gremlins, yes.
Somebody dressed up in those type of costumes.
Yes.
the Cincinnati Bearcat mascot.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody dressed up like a mascot, and they do some very weird things. Let's just say it like that because we are.
Yeah. So, I was talking in the barbershop today, Torrance. A furry is a person that walks around like as a pet. To walk around as an animal. A dog, a cat, or whatever. So as I was walking out the barbershop, I said, well, I want to, because you can identify as whatever you want to identify these days. You feel me? So I want to identify as a millionaire.
Oh, word.
You feel me? And then my brother said, why would you just want to be identified? That's limits. That's limitations.
Yeah.
So then I said I want to identify as just this. I started putting too many words to it. And my brother said, all you need to identify is what?
As a child of the Most High. That covers everything.
That's an umbrella.
That covers everything.
That's the umbrella of everything.
That's it.
Yes,
brother.
it is.
That's it.
What do umbrellas do? Keep you covered from getting wet. Word.
Yes, sir. So when my brother Torrance say serving two masters, he realized who the right one was.
Amen.
It don't ever stop. I'm sorry. Hey, look. Yeah, it don't ever stop, though.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look. When you've been a general for Satan and you cross over to just a soldier on the battlefield for the Lord, see, when you're a general, you lead a bunch of people negatively.
Yes.
He gives you those individuals.
Yes.
Yeah. But when you cross over and you become a soldier on the battlefield, well, then now you are one amongst many, and all of you are together.
Yes.
Hey, Satan didn't like that. And I'm going to tell my people, I've said this for years at the Urban League. The moment you believe that you're about to divorce Satan and marry God, Satan is about to send his privates, his sergeants, his lieutenants, his captains, and his general. He's going to send them all at you to see what can trigger you to pull you back. You think Satan don't want me back? I'm smarter and sharper than ever. Word up. I was pretty good at selling dope. Word up.
Yes, sir.
But now I think I'm going to sell hope without Satan continuing to bother me about the dope.
Say that.
It's going to happen.
Yes.
So when I say that I can't serve two masters, I'm constantly battling not to, because it's an everyday struggle. And Satan doesn't come straight at you. He comes through those individuals that you love, those individuals that you used to love.
What?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
What?
He comes through the individuals that definitely dislike you because he wants you to pop. He want me to put holes in them.
Yes.
He want me to fight them. He want me to beat them up. And I can do that.
Yes.
You suckers know it too.
Yes.
But to God be the mercy. To God be the glory. Y'all know it. You know who you are. What?
Hey, you want to?
Hey, what?
You want
What? God said,
That's funny.
Yes.
do this. God said, do that. God said, do it this way. So, without my faith, I'm not here with you all. I'm bodying people.
Yes.
And what's crazy is 9 times out of 10, my intellectual, remember you said, I'm intelligent, but I learn slow. I'm intelligent, but I learn slow in the illegal life too. So I would have been bodying people without y'all even knowing. And I get to stay. I can stay.
Yes.
But this ain't the part that I would have had to pay. When it's time to see my Savior on that day. Hell is eternal.
Yes, it is.
All this shit is temporary. So I'd have tricked y'all throughout my life and got like 5, 6 bodies on my belt, right? But wait till I walk through that door and I gotta see God.
Yeah, the answer for that.
Darn.
Yeah.
My brother.
You thought I didn't see?
Yeah.
So I say that to say this. The devil never stops. Pastors, preachers, I don't care, bishops. It's an everyday struggle for them. That's why majority of them break and fold. Because he's going to throw the most weakest thing at them. The most weakest thing for individuals that love God and going to stand on discipline and going to stand on righteousness is pussy and money. He going to run it. He going to run it, man. He gonna run it. The third one is violence. Pussy, money, violence. These are the main tools of Satan.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So while you're on your path, you think it's about to be just a smooth Wizard of Oz gold brick road?
Everybody got Joe moments. Everybody got Joe moments.
Word.
Everybody got Joe moments.
Word. Everybody gonna pass Joe moments.
Ooh.
And it's humbling moments too.
Ooh, yes, sir.
You have moments along the way that you, like you say, you know what you're capable of doing, but yet if you do it, you know that's not of him. So it's like your train of thinking is different. Rather than when you didn't have that relationship, you just acted. You know, you just did. That's how I just used to act. I didn't wait.
Yes, sir.
Now it's like, why should I do that? What would benefit me from harming this person? You know.
So the whole thing,
flesh.
So the whole
flesh.
The whole thing from what I heard from what you saying, right?
Yes.
You got good and evil. You got yin and yang.
Never goes anywhere.
Whatever.
There's a left, there's a right.
There's a left, there's a
up,
right.
there's a down.
Up, there's a down.
If there's a good, you know that there's an evil.
So check it out.
Right.
As y'all was talking. The one dude, Satan, he's a taker. He's a robber. He's a destroyer. That's what he does. There's another dude, whatever you want to call him, Yahweh, Jesus, God, universe, Allah, Heavenly Father. He's a giver.
Yahweh.
He's a giver. The other dude over here, the red pill, blue pill, however you want to put it. One is a taker, one is a giver. A taker of life and a giver of life. Yes. So out of all the things, it's my homeboy B, man. Hold on, real quick. Hey, Brandon. Hey, my brother, I'm on the podcast right now, man. Say what's up to everybody.
Hey, Brandon, I said, I love it. What's up, B?
Hey, what's going on?
This is JB, man.
JB.
Good to hear your voice, man.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, man, nobody know my boy Brandon, man, laid up in the nursing home, man, got MS. But y'all hear his voice? It's life.
That's life, man. That's
Hey,
life.
B, you know you done outlived a whole lot of people in your situation, my brother. Exceeded expectations, my brother.
I had the privilege of treating him before.
For sure.
But he was in the hospital.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you?
Man, look at God.
You never told me that.
Man, I don't have
You treated B?
That's HIPAA violation.
Oh, B. My boy JB, man, I'm going to show him to you. He'll know you is.
Yeah, I remember we go way back.
Hey,
man.
B. You knew that was my best friend?
Come on, man.
Hey, B, tell him something. What got you through, bro?
I'm thanking God.
There it is.
Yeah, never give up
There
on
it is.
that.
He's our strength.
Because I lose. Cannot lose.
Hey, tell him how you feel, B. Tell him how you feel. What's going on with you, man?
You want me to be honest?
Yes, sir. But you on camera. You're on camera. So you can't be too honest, okay?
Well, Fred, you know, I'm a deal boy on me. So I can't walk on water. Can't nobody walk on water.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, B, is how God is the giver of life.
Amen.
And the other dude, Satan, is the taker. And all the things that you've been through and all the things that you've gone through, you still have not took your eyes off of the prize. Yes, sir. And that ties into JB, man. And I love you, man. And you want to tell anybody anything before we get off, man? We're going to finish this up and I'm going to hit you up later. Tell them how you feel, B. Tell them, but not vulgar, Brandon.
What do you say, son?
I say, tell them how you feel and not vulgar. Hey, B, just tell them you love them.
All right, let me say something to the brother. So, hey, my brother, my name is Torrance Jones. Good evening. And my prayers go out to you for healing, peace mentally, as well as emotionally. I've been recently divorced from my ex-wife, but her mother, and I've been knowing her mother for almost all since about 15 years old. She suffers from MS. So I'm familiar with the disease itself because it is a nerve attacking disease. Mm-hmm. And special prayers go out to you, my brother, as well as your family and your children while you go through your valley. But I want you to understand and know that there is a peak in your situation. No matter what way it goes, there's a peak. Stay in your space. Stay in your prayer. Stay spiritually strong, mentally as well as emotionally strong. And you don't even know me, homie. But tonight, I'm going to put a special prayer in for you. Yes, shout out, and this is from Torrance Jones from Picking Up the Pieces. Yes, and this is pretty much what the fuck our podcast is about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got anything to say, my brother? Yes, sir. I'm thankful for what you do for me, my brother. You inspire me. I love you, my brother. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
He's medicated up.
Yes, sir. Peace, bro.
Love you, B. Peace.
He's medicated up.
Yes, sir. Peace, bro. All right. Peace. So, man, that was a twist right there.
Wow.
You feel me?
That was a gift.
That was a gift. Yes, sir. Because JB.
That was a gift.
Because JB. Hey, we was already on the same page, Brother Torrance. JB is also a giver of life.
He's an ENFJ personality
yes,
type
sir.
thing.
And I said this earlier. JB not only saved his own life. He was an aid. He was a vessel. He was a participant in saving somebody else's life. He was a participant.
Saving lives.
Saving somebody else's life. So,
saving lives.
Yes, sir. Right. So for those that was like, man, I seen that dude before, man. I might have seen him somewhere. You might have seen him on the Today Show. You might have seen him on, he's been everywhere. You feel me? He's been everywhere. But I didn't want to leave with that as a groupie because he's my friend. And he's just always been JB.
It still is.
And it is just JB. But as far as
still
being a participant.
That was just a situation that, I didn't ask for, and that young man didn't.
Tell him about
Go ahead.
Tell him about what? January 2nd?
January 2nd, man. Like
2023.
Like I said,
Who day?
Who day? Yo.
Yes, sir.
All day.
So let me get this out. Let me get this out before you go.
Yes.
January 2nd, 2023. But I'm a Michigan Wolverines fan, and I hate your hat.
I know.
You feel me? But you wore it because that's your team. But go blue. Forget all the other extra shit.
I didn't even think about you, Michigan.
But you just wearing who you love.
Yeah.
But go ahead and tell me about go blue.
Shit, I'm about to be one up.
What?
I'm not a Cincinnati Bengals fan.
What? Really?
No. But if
the
they
new
win,
Bengals?
if they win, I am.
Yes.
I'm gonna start a bandwagon rider.
Me too, Torrance. Who wants to root for a 1-10 team, bro? Me too. What you think about it right now?
I'm a bandwagon rider.
That's it. Me too. Me too. Me too.
Just wanted to get that out there because I know y'all heard me say who day.
Yes, sir.
You said it,
Ain't no stunt.
You said
Ain't no
it.
stunt to me. Ain't no fake shit
Yes,
to
sir.
me.
You said it,
I'm
though.
letting y'all know I'm not a Bengals
Yes,
fan.
sir.
But If they do it,
You put the
bet y'all be right there with
Me,
y'all
I'm
at the
getting
game.
touched.
you put the energy out
New
there.
Orleans and LA.
When they do it,
I'm
when
gonna
they
be
do
right
it.
there.
When
I got
they
the
do
money
it.
for my seats.
Me too.
Pick up the
Me
pieces
too.
like
Pick
me.
it.
You
Yes,
putting
sir.
the energy out there.
Yes,
Not
sir.
even saying
Yes,
who
sir.
that.
Right,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yes.
But
Pardon me.
But
Go ahead,
January
my brother.
2nd, 2023, man. A lot happened that day, man. Can you tell them a little bit about it?
Oh man, that's what about 10 months ago, man.
Mhm.
It's like, you couldn't have paid me to predict what type of year this would be for me. Like I said, my journey started at UC Medical Center in '96.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get my foot in the door as a housekeeper. I graduated high school in '94. I took a temp job.
What high school?
Withrow High
Come
School,
on, man.
class
Shout
of
out.
'94.
Come on, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Yes,
Ooh,
sir.
ooh, ooh,
Yes,
ooh,
sir.
ooh.
Yes, sir. Best school in the
Bulldogs
city.
in the house.
Best school in the city. But go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, my brother.
Still shining. Shout
For
out to
sure.
their football team.
For sure.
Word.
Out there
Yes,
cutting up.
Yes,
you
sir.
know?
Showing
That's
out,
what we
showing
do.
out,
Yeah,
showing
we can
out.
flex a little harder
Yes, sir. Yes,
because
sir.
of them.
My
You know?
man T. Roy's son was the star quarterback.
Oh,
he,
man.
he went off to college.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
so proud of
last
them
year.
young man.
Yes,
I mean, this year.
Any young man that's doing something organized and positive, and there's something that's not the norm.
For sure.
It's
For
easy
sure.
to do wrong.
For sure. For
And
sure.
it's hard
For
to
sure.
do right.
For sure.
But yet, I graduated high school, man. I didn't have a goal. My dad and aunts were like, you want to school and this and that. And I'm like, no, because first of all, I didn't want to waste my money or my time or my dad's money and his time.
Mm-hmm.
So I got offered this opportunity. Well, basically, I took a temporary job at UC, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Just rewinding, I'm reflecting.
Let me not stop, too. God dang it. I know so much about you. Guess what else he used to do, Torrance?
Yes.
Guess what else he used to do, bro?
Talk to me.
Box.
Word.
Yeah, I am.
That's a whole nother story. That's a whole
I
nother
fought
story.
at 52.
Yeah, I was
I
47.
fought at 52 for
I was
about.
supposed to fight at 32, but I always fought at 47. Like, I couldn't cut the weight, man. I was older, though. I was like 21 when I started. Had like 4 amateur fights.
47, 52, that's still that welterweight.
My last fight, I won fight of the night, and I ain't had no more amateur fights. I used to just go and work out, so I wanted to go out on top.
That's it.
I'm sorry, it's so much to JB. That's what I'm saying. Like, people say, like, oh, he the dude that did.
Yeah,
There's so much to that dude. Like, you feel me?
Shout
Go
out
ahead.
Coach Rick, Ricardo Williams Sr.,
Word.
Ricardo Williams Jr.
Hey, man,
Coach
that's where I
Mike-
know you
Coach
from,
Mike
man.
Stafford.
The boxing gym.
Bro, that's what it is. I used to come over to Millville, Winter.
I remember Millville.
Yep.
Did you come
Coach-
over to
Coach Mike
Coach
Stafford.
Terry's gym in Kentucky?
Kentucky. I didn't go over there. I didn't make it over there. I used to go out to Evendale, out at Buddy's.
Okay.
But yeah, we crossed paths, man. Cincinnati too small.
I think that's what it is.
It's big, but it's too
ring,
small.
that
Yes,
warrior
sir.
ring.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
I bet you
Yes,
that's
sir.
what it is.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, took that position, man, and like I said, long story turned short, and I want to say shortly before 2018, something happened with a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and the Bengals came to UC and said that we need you to run our emergency action plan. So the doctor, Bill Knight, he's like, look, I'm gonna need this physician, that physician, and my RTs to get involved for it.
I'm sorry, JB. What we're talking about right now is DeMar Hamlin and the situation that took place with DeMar Hamlin 10 months ago.
Yes, sir.
This brother was one of the attendees to assist that brother in saving his life. So this show, Picking Up the Pieces, is about saving lives.
Yeah.
And he's about to explain to you exactly his part and his participation, as well as the unity that came together to make sure that brother makes it home to his family.
Oh, you said it out. You didn't even read the article. Go ahead, JB.
That's what I look like.
Yes. Go ahead, JB.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so basically, I got recruited to deliver oxygen to the players on the sideline. If they get short of breath or, if they feel they need it to enhance their ability, I just give them oxygen until they don't want it. But I'm down for the worst case scenario. If something happens, I go and assist the player just like I would in a patient in the emergency room or an intensive care unit. because at my job, I'm a rotator. I rotate throughout. I'm in intensive care unit, emergency. I do floor therapy. So, with that being said, that night, January the 2nd, which happened to be my last game of the season.
Oh, that's crazy.
2023.
This year.
23.
Yes, sir.
It was my last game of the season, and I happened to be working the Bengals sideline, and it was like 15 minutes or something into the game, and I happened to look, and I didn't hear the monitor, the PA say, all medical personnel to the field. You know, I just happened to feel it. I felt it in my spirit. I looked over because he happened to be the second player that went down, and I'm like, hold on, is that another player?
That day? See, we don't know that.
That night.
See, that's insider information.
Yes. No, it was a player. If you look at the film, it was another player went down like shortly before he did. So I'm thinking
what happened with what was that player's name?
He I don't know what happened to him, but they were able to get him up and out, off the field.
Was it like the same thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
No, what happened with him was the first time this ever happened. It was like
DeMar.
Yes.
No, I know that, but when you said somebody else, I'm like, whoa, hold on.
No, he just got injured.
Okay.
Gotcha. But it was like not long after,
DeMar.
Yeah.
What?
So I just happened to sense it in my spirit, and it's like, get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I ran out to the middle of the field, and as soon as I got out there, they have what is called a resuscitation bag. It's called an ambu bag, and the medic had just, pulled it out. And I'm like, I'll take that. Can you plug it in?
No panic or nothing. You just going. You're just going.
Can you plug it in the oxygen and turn it all the way up? And I was just going to go over and just do a little blow by, whatever. But when I got over, I was instructed by the airway doctor, the airway physician, and he's telling me, to go ahead and start, my resuscitation. And the urgency in his voice, I knew it was real. And my whole time, I'm like, fuck, we doing this right here. Because usually we in emergency rooms or, inside of those behind those curtains. That's it. But I'm calling like I'm in a room situation, just like the hospital. Like, I need this, I need that. And I got the medics, they're going to fetch this for me while I continue to resuscitate this young man. And it's like, my mental was like, I'm looking at this young man like he's my child. He's 24 years old at the time. And my son is, 28, 29. My daughter's 22. I'm like, this young man, he can't die on his field. I'm feeling it in my spirit like, Lord, I need you now.
What was your mission at that moment?
My mission was to get him back home to his mom. And that's what I tell everybody, because that's how I felt.
Yes, sir.
Like, I'm looking at him and I can't imagine it. Like, the game ended and, she's at the game with her son and he's not able to come home from Cincinnati back to Buffalo. Like, no. I'm like, Lord, I need you now. And it's like I was just focused on this. I was focused on this child just trying to breathe. Like, that was my only goal. Like they say, you got one job. That was my job.
Word.
And so I resuscitated him to the best of my ability. We were able to, defibrillate him, get his heart rhythm back. I didn't even notice the ambulance right here to my right. It's like, we got to move. And I look and I'm like, wow, we got an ambulance on the field?
Yeah.
Like, that's how focused I was on this kid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So therefore, once we got him in the ambulance, this or that, we did whatever. We got to the hospital, and I'm like, I stepped back, and now I'm trippy. Like,
one thing I didn't know is that you roll with just you roll with
the whole.
We're speaking about Buffalo Bills, DeMar Hamlin, on this episode of Picking Up the Pieces. Got my main man right here, and he was one of the participants and making sure that brother makes it back home to his familia.
Mom, yes. So yeah, I got him all. We got him all the way up to the hospital. I passed him off to my team, and it's like, now I'm like, what am I doing at work 9 o'clock at night? Because I'm a day shift. I got my NFL attire on, and I'm like, I just needed to see somebody. Like, I'm looking at all these physicians and I got co-workers and all, but their mental status is not like mine. Like, I was there from the field all the way to the emergency room.
Word.
You know, so I'm like, what's going on here?
Yes, sir.
And I opened the curtains, and just so happened, our brother Mike Posey, he was head of security at the time. Yes.
I know that name, Mike.
Yes.
That's another one of the homies. Yes,
he said he just saw it. He just wanted to come to the hospital because he knew what was about to happen, and they were going to need him. And when I saw him and I gave him that hug, it was medicine for me. You know, because I needed to see somebody familiar to let that release go.
Where you were struggling emotionally.
Yes,
right?
Yes, at that moment, during that time.
Nobody understands that. We know this is about DeMar Hamlin, but the individuals that come to assist, the pressure, what you all have to go through because of what it is that you love, what it is that you're passionate about.
Yes.
Your life, some of you goes out to that individual with the assistance. My bad, go ahead, play.
But you know, and you have to have that empathy. You gotta have that compassion. You know, as a healthcare provider.
Feel for you.
You know, exactly.
Right.
Once you start taking that for granted, because I look at it like every day I go to work, every patient I have, that can be me. That can be my family member. That can be my friend.
That's power.
You know, I don't care what status you are. You can be a bum on the street. You can be the richest person in Cincinnati. You getting the same equal treatment from me.
Right.
You know, like you can't judge people. You know, so with that being said, man, hug my brother, man, and I got back down. I got hitched a ride with the ambulance back down. You know, and they took me back to the field to get my car because that's where I was parked. And you know, met up with my coworker who was down there as well, and we kind of like, you know, reflected and what you kind of decompressed in a sense. And
in a sense, y'all did.
Yes. And I'm riding out of the stadium and I'm talking to a childhood friend of mine, our brother.
Yeah. Shout out to
Bo.
Bo. Yes, sir. Shout out to Bo.
And Bo's like, man, you know what you did. Like, you know, you just saved to get on Monday Night Football, this and that. And I'm like, okay.
It's just JB.
That's just what you do. No, that's what he does.
That's just JB.
See, when you save lives, I'm a different type of doctor from the hood. I worked for the Herbalist for 11 years.
Yes.
And my job was to save lives.
Yes.
But really, my job was to assist and helping individuals find, I'm going to say something else, and helping individuals, my people, find opportunities of employment, as well as understand personal empowerment, as well as economic self-sufficiency. Once an urban leaguer, always an urban leaguer. Yeah? So when it comes to, it's nothing. Because, I get a lot of that energy when I'm out and about. About, man, you just don't know what you did, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right, I love you, man. You know, I love you is a term of endearment.
Yes.
It really means I holler at you.
Yeah.
But we say, I love you now, right? I try to say it back, but
you ain't gonna say nothing, y'all. Man,
because if you don't say it, homies be looking like, you don't love me? Boy, stop now. So anyway, I understand when you like, shit, all in a day's work. This is what God told me to do. This is my purpose, this is my passion. It's looking novel to you, but this is what God has, the mission that God has put me on. And when God has put you on this, you can't make yourself stand out. You can't make yourself stand above. You got to keep it moving because you got, what you got more to go? More lives to save. Pardon me. Go ahead, my brother.
So check this out. Period, he said. So check this out. JB, from what I've heard, DeMar Hamlin has been the superstar. He's still a human being. You've seen the human being of DeMar Hamlin. But he's not only saved his life, he saved, hell, he just told me he's helped my boy, my best friend. Never told me that. He's a saver of lives, right? And we're going to circle back around, man.
Yes.
Brother Torrance. You told me about the mom, because that's the bizarre thing to me.
Yes.
To be a savior, you have to be a child of who?
A child of the Most High God.
And Who got you back into that?
My mom. My mom. We started the convo, and I was saying how the streets got her, and she was sick, and you know, I understood that when I was, but at the time I was empty. I had a childhood friend of mine who was killed execution style. And I had no understanding of life. It's like I was like empty. I went to his funeral, and it's like tears was rolling down my eyes, and I wasn't even crying. It was just tears flowing.
Yes, sir.
And I was talking to a friend, and he's like constantly cursing, and every other word he's cursing, and I'm sitting there and I'm weeping, and I'm like, what is life?
Oh.
Like, So when I went home that evening, I went home and I was sitting there and I'm like weeping and I'm crying, and my cousin, he called. He was an elder at a church in Marion, Indiana. And he called and he told me, he listened to me, and I mean, he was like.
And what year was this too? Go ahead.
This was 2007. 2007. Yes.
I'm listening.
And he called me. He listened to me. And all the time he was like, his demeanor, my cousin's demeanor was so uplifting. Because everything that I told and I shared with him, he's like, is that right? It's like he was expecting this from me. And at the end of the conversation, he says, let me ask you a question. He said, do you believe Jesus lived? I said, yes, and I'm crying. He said, do you believe he died? And I said, yes. He said, do you believe he rose? And I said, yes. And he said, you are saved. At that moment, I didn't take nothing. I didn't understand it, but I'm like, I gotta go to church. I haven't been to church in years. It's like, something is in me. Like you gotta seek this man because you are empty. So I talked to my mom. And my mom said, babe, I haven't been to church in a minute. You can come to my church, which was New Prospect down on Elm and Finley.
Absolutely.
Pastor Damon, yes, Pastor Damon Lynch.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
It's my main man.
Yes, sir.
So I went down to his church that Sunday, and he spoke on enjoy your life.
Shout out to Pastor Damon Lynch.
Pastor Damon Lynch, the third.
And most importantly, the father.
The fourth and junior.
What's up, Pastor? How you living?
Oh, man. They are saviors of souls.
Facts.
But his father, Damon Lynch III, he spoke on enjoy your life. And in that sermon, he had us stand up and we did the Cupid Shuffle in church. And it was healing. It was medicine for me. And at the end of the church, he opened the doors and of the church, and I joined the church and I got baptized the next week. Like I wasn't playing. Yes. And then I asked, I seeked, I knocked, I was getting understanding. And in getting that understanding, I was getting a relationship. And with that relationship, it gave me life because I got understanding that I can do all things through Christ Jesus that strengthened me. That's why I joined school, because my dad always would tell me, you so smart. You so smart. And everybody like, you need to be in school. My friends, closest friends, you need to be in school. So I said, I owe it to myself to even try. And if I try, I'm going to do it because I can do all things through Christ Jesus that strengthened me.
Because of the connection.
That relationship that I had gained, he gave me that confidence that I can do anything that I wanted to do.
Yes, sir.
But I didn't know respiratory was in the
Yes. He did.
He did. He definitely did.
He did.
Because even before I signed up for that respiratory position, that Bengals position, I was given a lot of respect to a lot of the RTs that had the respiratory therapists that had been there prior. Mind me, I graduated Cincinnati State in 2015. This position opened up in 2018. I'm like, you know what? You got RTs been here for like 20 years doing this. He ain't gonna pick me. We got a group text with 9 of us. Yes. One brother in Utah, another brother in Indy, another brother in Charlotte, and we communicate daily because we are brothers.
Since sixth grade.
We've been going to school with each other since 6th grade.
Some since kindergarten. Yes, sir.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me ask these brothers what they think. So I text out to the group, what y'all think about me taking this position? And they like, why not? You know? And I'm like, one of them was like, even ask the missus, ask your wife. Mm-hmm. And I text her, she's like, why not? Mm-hmm. So I responded to the email. I'm interested in this position, this and that. A couple of weeks go by. I get the reply.
Guess what God said? Why not?
Why not? Yes, he did.
Yes, sir.
Why not?
Yes,
but
sir.
I got the position like 2 weeks later. And I was a primary because they were asking for 2 primary and 2 backups. And I was selected as a primary respiratory therapist on the field of the Bengals to give oxygen and be a part of the emergency action plan team. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wow. Fast forward some years later, the doctor that I said chose me, I asked him, I said, you had all these RTs here before. That's been here for years. This and that. Why? He says, I didn't choose you. He says, you earned that. He said, I've been knowing you for years, your personality, your character, this, that, this. He said, why not you?
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Yes.
And you know what? We said this earlier, man. In Torrance, you got a picking up the pieces tattoo, don't you?
Yeah.
That's how much you believe, bro.
Love.
And I was telling JB before you came towards, there's some podcasts, man. The one big one, man, Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to them, right?
Word.
They started out in 2020.
Wow.
And the thing that what I've realized just from watching things like Earn Your Leisure and all the other podcasts is out, is consistency.
Yes.
And the thing that I've always said, what did I say about JB? He's consistently been JB.
Yes.
He's consistently been John, but he's never switched up.
That's what you expect from people.
Mm-hmm.
But people will let you down every time. Mm. If you can stay consistent for the most part, that's all you're responsible for. I love diligent people. Especially if you speak your word. Your word is your bond. It was an older guy years ago used to tell me that. Lil John, your word is your bond. Because if you tell somebody, you got to stand on that. Mm-hmm. And there's no better way than showing it by being consistently you.
Consistently JB.
Yeah. I just love consistency.
Consistently JB.
Yeah.
But would
authenticity too.
Would you believe, and not even scratching out Damar Hamlin, man. Shout out to Damar Hamlin.
Oh, man.
Super humble dude.
Much love. Do you know that young man?
Just from what you've told me.
I'm saying that young man, he put a scholarship in 10 of the healthcare providers that was involved with him.
Why wouldn't
he? He gave us all a scholarship in his name for underserved children.
Yes.
In the city of Cincinnati.
Yes.
Those are kids that are going to the same school that I grew up going to. Mm-hmm. That there will benefit later on from the scholarship in the next 3 years.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully it shapes them and sends them off in the future to become better than we are.
Right. Come on.
And he didn't have to do that.
Not at all.
He came down and served us at Jeff Ruby's, and he announced that I'm going to put a scholarship in each of your names. Mm-hmm. That right there, priceless.
For sure.
Priceless.
But you know what life gives? More life.
More life. Praise God.
Life gives more life.
Yes, it does.
God used you as a vessel. I mean, you was an assistant to God to pour into this man and get him home to his mom.
Get him home to his mom.
And that man will continue to pour into others.
Yes.
Life gives life. Why wouldn't you want to give more life?
Yes.
Instead of being caught up in the darkness.
And he didn't ask for that. It's like, he loved the game so much that night, man, it's like that. You saw how after the game Sunday when they played the Bengals, and he went back out to the field after everybody was gone, and he went out and he walked that field, and he was in the middle of that field, and it was healing for him. Because he just remembered the last time he was there, what happened. Like, he hadn't played in a game there. So for him to go there and feel that spirit and understand
This
the
game was in
magnitude.
Cincinnati?
Yes. He
Just this past week.
To understand the magnitude of
Sunday
what
night.
happened. It was like...
Was that his first time being back on the Bengals field?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why it was such a big ordeal all week, you know. It was a big
Just
deal.
Tell them about that experience for you during this past week. Just
man.
Can I ask you something real quick?
This
Do you and
year.
DeMar Hamlin, does he reach out?
I've met him like 4 times since. Like at the Super Bowl, obviously. You know, the NFL. Hold on, let me rewind. This is how I knew it was a big deal. Let me go back to where I was saying I was talking on the phone with my friend, and I'm like, you know what? This is what we do, whatever. That week, it was that Friday, because that incident happened on a Monday. I was in our report room, and it was about noonish, I want to say. My phone rang. I looked down at the call ID. It says NFL headquarters. So I'm like, hold on. So I answer it. Says, hello, can I speak to John? I'm like, this is him. He says, this is NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell.
Word.
I want to thank you for the services and this and that for taking care of them all. I said, hold on. There was a few people behind me. I put him on
Speakerphone. Had to. That's JB.
Repeat that, please.
He ain't gonna keep it to himself. Somebody goes, let me step out the room. Now JB gonna bring everybody into it. Yes.
Yeah, word.
I needed a witness.
Yes.
And he called me personally, man, and I screenshotted like, man, so I can have a little record. Like, hold on, NFL headquarters. He called me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I'm fucking with you. I
Yes,
hear
sir.
you.
And that's how I knew. That's when I knew it was a big deal. Like, oh, we did something here, you know. And just after that, just sending us down to the honor awards, because that was initially why they sent us to Arizona for the NFL honor awards. They wanted to honor us on stage in front of everybody, and not only that, they sent us to the Super Bowl. Dave Matthews band concert. What's his name? Anderson .Paak. He was also there. And also the NFL experience. Oh, man.
Come on, man.
That was after I came back from celebrating my wife's 50th birthday in Jamaica. So that was the initial plan. I'm excited. Like, I'm going to Jamaica to celebrate my wife's 50th. Then I come back. I'm going to the Super Bowl, this and that. And then just the engagements, all the social. I'm not a speaker. You know, I can talk.
Yes.
But I'm not the one to get in front of a crowd and say and speak. I spoke at the 45th Ohio Society for Respiratory Care Board conference this year in Columbus.
Come on, man.
You know.
Hey, let me not stop you. It's so much I know about you, man. You got to keep on going. But the one thing you need to do, man, this is the funniest dude that I know, bro.
Oh, love
I always say, man, he should really be a real comedian, man. He's the funniest dude that I know. So for you not to be a speaker, you just authentically JB, man. You're funny, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
I got it honest from my mom and dad.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
Next, ask you something. So this past spring or summer,
Yes.
I told you I also reside in Dallas.
Yes.
I took my grant. Once it happened with DeMar Hamlin, what was the message that could have vibrated out to the people? Look, man, this show is about picking up the pieces. What is it that we can do as black and brown people, not gonna stun on you, as black and brown people to build up home and community, right? So, what's the message that we can take, the positive message, the proactive message, that we can take from what took place with DeMar on that field, man? Because as you said several times over, he had a mother, father, possible children,
a younger
sisters,
brother,
so on and so forth. If he goes down, if he doesn't make it through that, well, let me back up.
Yes.
What if that happens at home? What if that happens at home? So I had to reevaluate that entire situation. Like, okay, young brother, what? 20 what?
24.
24 and what?
Yes. Yes.
So you telling me this could possibly happen to one of my sons, my grandsons,
Yes.
my daughter, one of my homies, if I'm at the bar? What is it that you can talk to the people that are watching the podcast? By the way, like, share, and subscribe. Sure. As I was saying. I took a look at that and said, oh, we're going for CPR classes.
Oh.
Yes.
What is it that we as a community can take from that to say, what can we do proactively to be ready like you, homie?
Yes.
Without going to school.
Yes.
Without C-State.
Yes.
What can we do to teaspoon?
Yes.
Not a cupful, because our people, we drink cupfuls, we'll go up.
Yes.
We'll regurgitate the information. So on a teaspoon level, what is it that we can do if this happens at home with one of our family members and we say, oh my God, call the ambulance, call the police, call the fire truck.
Yes.
It takes them about 10, 15, 20 men to get there. So what can we do proactively? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Word.
And where you're going.
Word.
And it's amazing because of this situation, I already have a lot of relationships throughout the hospital with a lot of the housekeepers, a lot of the transporters, because I am still them. So for them to see me in this role, they come and they inquire about how to become a respiratory therapist, how to take CPR classes. There's a housekeeper named TD. They call him TD. He came and he's like, I need to sign up for CPR classes. I got on the computer and I directed him to the CPR classes. He came back a week later and he showed me a certificate. Those compressions alone, just having the knowledge, the understanding, compressions can save lives rather than doing no compressions at all. Mm-hmm. That's CPR. Mm-hmm. Not let alone the defibrillators, the AEDs, the automatic electrical defibrillators that he is passing out. He's actually giving these away through his foundation. And pretty soon, hopefully, it's in all sport events, from high school games to NFL to NBA games. He's giving awareness. He spoke at the White House. The House of Representatives passed a law, an AED Act, for defibrillation to distribute and all of these. So these are big boundaries and awareness that people are coming across. Just the awareness of it all. Yes, sir. You know, and before that we had no knowledge of it. We knew about it, certain people, but now it's out to the masses. CPR classes are very important. Yes, like I say, compressors. You may not have a resuscitation.
Can you just give like a quick thing, man? Like, okay, I was goofy, man. I was gonna fall out, but I'm like, I ain't gonna manifest that shit on my life. But
demonstration.
Yeah, demonstration.
That's what I want to ask you. It's a quantitative number, because for real, it's really easy. Yeah. We just don't know the numbers. Yeah. Because people see it on TV all the time. You know, since we're busy with TV being our damn lives, which is awfully crazy, because our parents as well as our grandparents called the TV the idiot box. Yes. But it is our lives now. It is our instructional. We watch this joint for instructions, whether or not it's a tutorial on your cell phone, whatever the case may be. I think it's 20 and 3. Yes. Is it? I'm not sure.
30 and I think it's 30 breaths. I think it's 30 pumps.
30 pumps on the chest.
60 a minute. At least 60 minutes. It's like mimicking breathing.
Guess what? If we don't have the quantitative information down packed right, if this is not the actual pragmatic information, man, Google it.
But you know what, I'll simplify it. We just go by just say a song like the Bee Gees. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive song. If you can just, pulsate to that beat, and just have a recoil. Because you always want it to bounce. But some people do it too hard. They'll do it too hard, and it's like,
you can't do it too soft.
You can't do it too soft. Exactly. I think it's like 2 inches. You want to do a 2-inch depress and let it recoil.
Lift that chin up before breathing.
Yes. The head tilt in thrust. So you want to make sure that the airway is open. They got a patent airway so that there's nothing is blocking. You know, it's just all of that. Like I say, CPR classes. They have a CPR class in Norwood, I want to say, where you can get certified. You know.
Where is it at for free? My people, we don't have the money to pay for CPR classes.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yeah, they have.
But where can we go where it's actually taught for free and our children can come?
Yes, I don't know specifically for free, but they actually have a lot of healthcare conferences now, like through UC exhibitions and all.
Just to show the instructions.
It's like just to show instructions. You know, you don't have to have a certificate to know how to do it.
I'm gonna say they're gonna. I don't know if you want them, but they're probably gonna come to JB. You know what I mean?
Listen, sky's the limit,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes,
like
sir.
God, you know, Jesus got the wheel. I'm just along for the ride, man. You know, He put me in this situation for a reason. So it's like now, you know, now I'm just have to figure it all out. You know, but I'm taking advantage of all these opportunities for people to hear me,
For sure.
to hear my story because this happened. That's what I found out. I watched a video of this homeless guy, and he was speaking on the journeys of life that people fail to realize. Like that's what it's all about, you know. It wasn't just that I was a part of the first responders of this young man. It was how did I get there? You know, I came in thinking, okay, I just want to get my foot in the door. But God already had that destined.
It's called purpose.
I just had to walk it down. That is it. That's it. It was my purpose, you know. And along the way, I met a lot of people. I gained a lot of relationships. Even in those other positions, they came back later on. Like I said, he said, I've been knowing you for years, this and that. He knew me when I was a housekeeper. He knew me when I was a transporter. So it's the relationships that I had prior. You know, you don't meet people by accident. That's what I always tell people.
Yes, sir.
You know, you don't meet people by habit sense. You know, everybody, you have to utilize everybody you meet. And that's something that I still do to this day. You know, whether you're a physician or you're a housekeeper, I had to meet you because I may need you somewhere down the line or you might need me.
Facts.
You know, like that's how I look at it. But, you know, I just try to teach people and show them throughout, you know, my walk, through my journey. You know, even when I was in school, man, I could tell it was like God was just working in different ways. Like I always tell a story about, I had a math class to him, and I was like, I was sitting there. I never used the restroom, right? And I knew this young lady had a calculator that I needed. Like the semester before. And I'm like, man, I need this calculator. Like the teacher said we're going to need it. But I didn't want to buy it. It's like $100 calculator. And at the time, I ain't got, you know, no money. Like I'm in school, I had to buy books, pay for fees. So I'm like, this young lady had this calculator. But I'm like, I wonder if she's still in class or she's still here. Like I didn't have her phone number or nothing like that. And I'm in class and I'm dancing. And I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom. I never get up and go use the restroom because I'm afraid I might miss something. But that particular day, I got up and I went out to go to the restroom and I saw her as soon as I went outside in the hall. And I'm like, yo, Carrie, you got the calculator from like, she said, yeah. She said, it's at home on my dresser. She said, when is your next class? I'm like, Thursday. She said, me too. I'll bring it then.
Right.
I said that wasn't nothing but God, man.
Yes, sir. You gotta take advantage of the opportunity. Some people might have just sat there and pissed on themselves. Come on,
man. You know what I'm saying? I never get up to go to the bathroom.
Yes,
that
sir.
day, he made me get up.
Yes, sir.
And go in that hallway.
Yes, sir.
And I saw the young lady who was on my mind, who I said, she got a calculator that I need. Little instances like that, I can go on and on. Like I would know it was just him.
And then over what? We've been out of school like 28 years.
Man, about 30.
Over 30 years.
If you 30, then what?
You had
24.
You had to damn near pee again.
Yeah.
He said, "Get your ass off that sideline and go over there and help that boy." And you've always stood up for the cause.
That's it. It's bigger than me.
I salute you, my brother.
That's what this show is about.
For always being JB.
The show is about saving lives / the more handling.
Yes, sir.
Saving lives / the more handling.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
Featuring
Good kid.
JB.
Hey, man.
Word
Yes,
up.
sir,
It's a
man.
good time.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
This is
man.
what we do here. We bring on heroes.
That's
We actually bring on heroes.
That's powerful.
Maybe that's what we should have called it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We bring on heroes. Individuals that are going to bring in their testimony. And what is a testimony if there's no one there to learn from it? Is it a testimony or is it just a story? That's the difference between testimonies and stories. Testimonies give you information to be preventive of what actually possibly took place negatively. But at the same time, they're positive testimonies.
Yes.
Whatever the case may be.
Yes.
We're trying to spark the proverbial light bulb in your head with this information coming from old heads. And all the time, it ain't even old heads. We ain't even got to the young crew yet. Y'all just wild. Y'all crazy as hell. I know y'all wild and crazy as hell because I'm cut from it and I'm birthed from it. I was groomed in violence and born in pain. So we're going to bring the youngsters on, but up until that point in time, look who we're bringing on. We're bringing on Cape Crusaders. Feel me? We're building our own, what is it called, from the Super Friends?
Justice League.
Justice League.
Yes, sir.
But it's not called the Justice League, it's the Empowerment League.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to empower you with this talk, with this podcast. We're not gonna come. I was hollering at them earlier, man. We ain't finna talk about who was shot in the hallway or who got knocked last night. Man, we ain't finna fuck with that. Y'all go ahead and do that. You know, the views are not where they need to be because we're talking about real life pragmatic situations.
And guess what? If you let me say this real quick. If you want to be in the hallways, we got somebody to teach you how to save a motherfucker life. CPR, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, man.
Information.
Yes, sir.
You know, information is key, and most importantly, experience needs to be shared.
Yes, sir.
This is a show that comes on and you hear about our experiences. You hear about our wisdoms. You hear about our failures. You hear about our triumphs. But most importantly, triumph is easy. Because after you win, you can talk all the shit you want. When I win, I'll be talking mad shit. Everybody don't do what I do, though. But when you lose, people don't like to talk about their losses, but I talk about them too. Shout out to Meek Mill, wins and losses. You with me? So, this has been, one more time, this has been an episode about saving lives. And we have one of God's soldiers on the battlefield. His purpose is to save lives. He saves lives his way. I save lives my way. You familiar? My main man saves lives his way because he's starting off with y'all babies.
There we go.
So on the stage right now, you see three different forms of how we going to build up our homes and our communities just merely by saving lives.
Shout out to Little Dreamers Child Care, 3410 Warsaw Avenue, the biggest child care in the city. Come on through 513-244-600.
One more time, JB, tell them who you. I'm sorry. Tell them where they can find you. Do you have a?
I don't have a Facebook, but I have Instagram.
Boom, that's what they do.
Yeah.
We old as hell. We the only ones. We the only ones that do Facebook for real.
Yes.
So you do, and you have an Instagram page.
I believe it's Burning Bush. B is like BURNIN _ Bush 513. I want to say Burning Bush 513. That's my Instagram. Yeah.
Shout out to JB. One more time, this is a brother that had a part and participated with bringing the young brother from the Buffalo Bills back from the depths or back from God. Now we know he assisted, but the ultimate doctor was God. But this brother right here helped this brother from the Buffalo Bills, DeMar Hamlin, make it back to see us again, where we can actually share in the triumph of his life. Picking Up the Pieces is a podcast about what is it that we can do to build up home as well as community. My name is Torrance Jones.
Antoine Hill.
Our guest, JB.
John Bush.
We need for you guys to like, share, as well as subscribe.
For sure.
We love y'all.
Yes, sir.
Stand up.
Yes.
Let's put the guns down and pick up some hope.
Peace.
Thank y'all, family.
That was great.
Thank y'all, family. Oh, man. What an experience.